maybe don't have the playbook to play really slow and methodical right now. They might need that speed to catch G2 off guard.
A lot of dualies and a lot of pace here for Falcons, set up immediately in the lobby, ready to execute. This is just a delayed upper hit. Hut Roof Molly comes in, forces m0NESY out, and dupreeh gets that crucial opening kill.
Yeah, the fact that it bleeds onto his off position on the door, it seems well designed. Stops m0NESY in his tracks. You put so much into this top Hut player, and he's gone. Look at them go. It's dupreeh starting off. Nuke with a 3.
That's one way to deal with NiKo. Don't deal with NiKo. Just hit upper. It's the Falcons Ents core classic, these top hits. I love the delayed top hit as well. Just 5-10 seconds later, make sure you have the perfect util. You throw your nades, G2. If they had a molly, if they had a smoke, it was going out.
Of course.
And then they get late hit.
Mostly in pistol round, it's pretty rare to see a team having any kind of Molotov or smoke to block you on that hut. So you can see here the Molotov pushing m0NESY out of position. You named it, you remarked it. dupreeh is doing an impeccable job still.
What I wanted to ask as well is, doesn't the typical Hut molly have a gap there on the door frame? Like, you know, there's the typical one has like, it's not going to get both sides.
Yes.
So that molly they threw specifically, finding m0NESY on that door position was impressive. This, however, is a great start. Hunter, he's brought the MP9 into the feed. It could have been 2. Snappi is hanging on by a nerve ending. 2 HP. Bomb's down, though. Falcons, they've done enough, despite Hunter's best efforts. Oh, so unfavorable for m0NESY. Hunter, he did his best, but now, yeah, what can you do? You've got 5-7. You've got a flash. You've got a frag.
Right below him.
They don't have a kit.
Oh, he's spotting out the Galil. And now with nexa on to Snappi, that hard work from Hunter is taking shape. Nexa on the pistols. He did it first on the dig. Covered by m0NESY. It's a second round conversion.
What a shot. I mean, that's not even an easy close. Oh, love it.
They feeling it. They feeling it, and they should. What a way to steal the 3v4 away from the grasp of Falcons.
If they just get him off the bomb for first time in that 3-on-1, that's probably a round for Falcons. So the fact that m0NESY hits that final dig into the hut angle,
I mean, Nexa's the hero. Nexa is the hero of this round by far. The flash from m0NESY was picture perfect.
Let's fucking go, boom.
There we go. Boom. Was it RPK the tank? What's happening over here?
Firing shots. Damn, that's hype. Yeah, Nexa, he's had some impact for sure these last couple.
Okay.
Oh, he's out of there. See you later, alligator.
I wonder what we see in terms of outside smokes this game and breaking. Like, one thing that the FaZe just do so well is timing HE grenades on their CT smokes on the CT side, on the wall smokes outside, and getting a lot of kills on crossing players. So, are Falcons going to be running smokes in gun rounds?
I don't think they can have the same diversity as FaZe have. It is extremely complicated to have so many different contingencies when you're playing outside. We can see here it's a little bit more dry. It's based on Madden with the AK, but he's found immediately by NiKo. Very treacherous angle here. If you don't have any util to help you out, well, thanks for putting the smoke down now, because Madden is already out. And I don't think they can reclaim the AK either. That's very risky.
NiKo doesn't even feel the need to recommit.
They crossed.
And m0NESY will let them get some space, but NiKo's got the blocking Molotov down below. And you can see Falcons feeling desperate. SunPayus is going through the smoke. He has found the gap, though. They are tunneled into A. m0NESY just playing for info. How long will he commit to this heaven position? It's already feeling like that A split right now. G2 must be questioning it, but it's all set up to get SunPayus in deep. Oh, and he's got very far as well. Him and dupreeh.
He's got quiet, too quiet.
Why did all the pros mess that jump up? And it's such an important one to hit cleanly.
Yeah, it's really screwed them. Look, m0NESY could not be more ready for this fight unless SunPayus can. Yeah, oh dear.
Just every time. See you later. You make it easy. That jump, you've just got to think a little bit harder about that jump, because the amount of times I see pros make the sneak all the way around and then just, spacebar, let's just go.
He caught the timing so well. Like, he saw m0NESY look away, knew he had the opportunity, and a fumble like that's going to feel really I mean, when elimination's on the line,
I know
those are the mistakes you just can't afford to make.
And I'm really worried on account of Falcons because of the context of what happened here. Map 2, absolute destruction from G2. Now they've just lost 2 enraging rounds.
Oh, they've lost. The energy is very nice for G2.
They had a good team talk or something.
Yeah, they're screaming this one down. Like, Monacy's like slamming desks out of glee.
Yeah.
Falcons getting smacked aside, outside here. Oh, NiKo in the yard. What you want to see here after that Anubis game? No plant today.
And to go back to the conversation about how Snappi wants to play Counter-Strike on Nuke, the beginning of this half just completely negates any possibility of picking up the pace and applying pressure onto G2. You had it. You had the pistol round into a 4v3 situation, post-plant, you were about to convert, you would have had financial advantage. None of that materialized. Now you have your backs against the wall. G2 have everything they need in terms of util. The HUD is full of utility, and now Falcons are going to have to dig deep, they're going to have to play a little slower, a bit more methodical around, and maybe play with that Van dive, a little bit of pressure, but this is the deep CS. You're not going to get away with a pop when you're 1-3 in the bin. That cannot work.
They're using this extra early lurk smoke door. You can throw it from spawn with a front spawn. But they're taking lobby off this, actually. Ooh. This is a big call of the bluff. Magisk is alone here, and he's gone down empty-handed. What a beautiful call out of HooXi. Never mind frag. And now NiKo's on high alert, right? He's like, okay, well, no one lobby. Where are they going? Where else are they going to be?
Smoke's getting broken, and Monacy spams out 2 players. 1 dead, 1 low. Knocking on the doorstep, NiKo. They can get into main here right now. There is the gap.
That's the opportunity, and Madden doesn't really have the HP to be this pointy end of the spear. But he's going to make it work. He's calling the site clear. They know that lobby's occupied. Your bomb is going to have to get down secret silently.
Madden needs something here to stir the pot.
Hunters are completely unprepared for this. Gets
almost.
HooXi does find the necessary trade. SunPayus does manage to take NiKo down, but it's all on to SunPayus and Snappi. Charging into the top site. HooXi, he's covered by the smoke, but they can't go through main, so they'll opt for hell.
Ramp to B. I mean, that's your running here. You have to go lower, and so nexa's already read this. Monacy's called it. That does give away a kill, but they won't commit up, but they know it's going to be more stacked. Nexa ahead of the game, down, waiting for that plant. He gets a 1v1, and Snappi still gun out. Jumping a little bit too soon there has left HooXi in a clutch.
It's way too early of a peak, and now it's all on to HooXi. He's got a kit to play with, but no util, and SunPayus has become invisible. Snappi's just biding his time, and it's a patience game now. It's HooXi that's got to figure out the equations, got to figure out, find clues, solve a mystery live on that B bomb side. He gets peeked and immediately put down. Falcons have been allowed a lease on life.
Nexa knows he's got a 1v1. That's why he swings. He knows that other ramp player is probably delayed because he fought Monacy, but that's ugly.
If you're going to peek that fast, that's because you are predicting that your opponent is going to be midway through a movement. He's going to be somewhere not ready to fight. And unfortunately for him, I think the snap back from Snappi was very quick here. You can see he had the opportunity, the ability to very quickly counter-strafe, put Nexa down. The theory of what Nexa is doing isn't profoundly wrong, but it is a risk that might not be necessary because of how little time G2 is working with. It's 15 seconds on the clock. I don't think you need to do that.
So many other options to swing door, to bait for your teammate, to
open the door, close it again, make Snappi be stressed, force SunPayus to come back to his teammate as well so that your other teammate has actually some space as well to retake. Hindsight is always 20/20. I understand what he wanted to do, but good on Snappi to punish that.
Yeah, let's see what the call is now. This is where, you know, I like Snappy's calling because he's very kind of sequential. He'll take the last round into consideration when he makes the next call. He's got a Mac 10 by design, I would assume. Let's see what he's got in store for us. They are gathered lobby. The Hunter's found that safe lip. You see, there's not the same Molotov as the pistol.
Yeah, it takes longer to line up, perhaps. Not using just spawn mollies, which you just go up the ladder and throw. Those are the ones with the gaps.
It's a good read from G2 as well. Starting with that stack outside. Monacy probably good for one. Let's see what kind of protocol they have to save him after he takes the shot. Flash. Excellent flash.
Really well played. I mean, the nade, the flash, the peek, it was all like nurtured to find the opening. Monacy down, G2 at a disadvantage. Will this be another? And back to back for Falcons. Okay. Perfect timing. Not so ideal in the fact that Snappi manages to find his head twice. A double dink at range in spray from a Mac 10.
Shame he just commits there. Could have taken the kill and gotten out, but
Probably emboldened a little bit by the first kill.
Yeah, you always are. I don't know, spam battles without a silencer.
But when you get the first one, you might think there might be others nearby in proximity. I'm just going to risk it, but I agree with you. You've been static, and your traces have been coming from the same source for so long. You're eventually going to get punished.
A deadly sin. It is greed. Falcons, they have it down on B right now, 4-on-3. Magic cut down opens up the route for a retake here. They're going to upgrade, grab kits, and consider their options.
Tough one. It's tough one to call. Do you attempt all from ramp 3v3
side by side? No smoke though.
I assume they're counting on the fact that Falcons are going to be worried about secret. So there's only going to be 2 max holding this.
Gotta go quick or not at all. Yeah, that does tick. They're waiting to smoke. Yeah, it's done. Yeah.
That was my point. I understand that you might have a little bit of an element of surprise because of the information outside, but the problem is once Falcons analyze what's happening, once they locate, it becomes very complicated to retake.
They're coming for that orb. I don't know if HooXi's getting away with this, dude. I don't know. Snappi might just go run straight towards him. Not interested. Take a rifle at least. He doesn't care.
Didn't hear where he went.
Somewhere. No, got grabbed.
Snappi didn't even get the M4.
No, he was all about that Mac 10 lifestyle.
Really thought that player was red.
It's not that bad operation for G2. Be able to save the AWP, 3 alive as well. Oh, this flash was golden.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Beautiful from Snappi onto Hunter as well. Call it 3-all. Strong T haul so far.
Oh, contact ramp for SunPayus. He's got Magis by his side. Nexa might have to drop off here. It's getting uncomfortable. He will retreat. Hell support comes through, but not much NiKo can do. Especially not with a molly in his face. Control taken. Bomb edging its way out.
Nexa's got support from Hunter now. Went down the vent on account of no pressure around the back. Are they going to retake? Are they going to walk it in? And m0NESY finds. Of course, he doesn't stop. Another one from m0NESY. And he knows that might have been a little too much. Magisk on the punish.
There we go. Just layer on layer of G2 player. They find 3 for 2. Could be a lot worse. They've left a gap.
Another timing. Madden again.
He's been cheeky, hasn't he? And he can read this, hopefully, that HooXi's gone inside of the hut. That bomb just commits down lower anyway.
The problem is there's no safe passage for Snappi to regroup with Madden right now. It is a danger, and exactly here's been located. It has to be now. Madden's timing has to be now.
Distraction. Too much. He's not looking. He's not considering the possibility, and so HooXi will fall. They're making this 2v3 a reality. Madden knows the site was open. NiKo's going to try and get over there in time. And
not again!
Time. Madden catches him with his nade in his hands. Hunter up the ladder for effective damage onto Madden. Nade looks good. Nade looks good. 20 HP. He's not going to be ready for Hunter's angle, is he? Sticking out like a sore thumb. It's G2 to close. And NiKo, I thought it was happening again. So did you, Hugo.
I feel like don't let NiKo play any grenades.
Just drop them at spawn.
And he's going to be the best player in the world. Like this tournament alone, I've seen NiKo die with nades in hands, or just during an animation, too many times. Far too many times. And it's a great molly, but the timing isn't there. It slows the bomb down, it sets him up, sure, but...
I wonder if that didn't buy a little bit of time for Hunter as well to come out the vent like that, because Madden had to be focused on NiKo.
But here's my logic. If he's gone out there, he headshots the first guy out hard, and Hunter doesn't need to fight the Tetris player. It never gets so close. I think NiKo's so good, he should never throw grenades.
All right, hot take.
I'm being a little hyperbolic here, obviously. You know,
first 20 seconds of a round, he's allowed to put down a smoke.
Yeah, sure.
After that, it's duel only.
You're barred, mate. Well, there we go. Through the smoke. HooXi on top of the hut, and it's all fine. It's all dandy. Money see, money do, and they will not go back towards ramp. Oh,
that's too much. That's too much.
In the mid round as well.
In a 5v3.
Yeah.
Absolutely no need to take that kind of risk. And now it's just opened up an avenue for Falcons.
Madden. I love that he's going for it. I mean, he's been finding the gaps, but denied this time. A split open for business. Oh, that's awkward.
I love
This
these
is terrifying.
I know you know, I know you know.
Bye.
HooXi's been finicky in the smoke, and that pays off.
This is the best map in the pool.
It's a fair statement.
Yeah.
Like Nuke a lot. This round felt a little bit individualistic from Falcons, though. I understand some of the moves they had, some of the tricks they had, but really on G2's POV, it looked very comfortable. And now without the bomb, Dupree is going to give us about 26 seconds of brainstorming and conversations.
Well, it was an interesting buy, wasn't it? They had Madden on a full armored Glock in the sense that 3 AKs, he could pick one up, and he did. But putting all their chips into 3 rifles and then going for something top poppy and aggressive. Magis trying to go through a squeaky door. Madden pushing, or Magis rather, pushing out a hut. And it did work out for SunPayus through as well. HooXi, nice reposition. Even though he did give away an audio cue, I don't know, it still didn't translate into SunPayus being alert to the possibility.
It's a bit of a domino effect as well for Falcons. I think the idea might have been to send Magis down the van just to create a little bit of instability for G2, having to wonder, do we send a man down? How many are actually on their way to the secondary bomb site? And then you take the timing out of HUD. But the problem is if you're NiKo and you just find immediately Magis in the smoke, then that alleviates any kind of pressure. And so there is no reason whatsoever not to have HUD under control. 5-3 now.
Stubborn is Snappi. He wants these gun rounds to continue.
Nexa insta-B in this round as well. So it allows NiKo just to hold the main split if the smokes weren't in the way, and Nexa can patrol below. He can drop smokes, he can stall, and NiKo can confirm if they try and go for the hell wrap, which they won't. 5 players all crossing down B. I like the call, but G2, I gotta say, have the perfect setup in this round.
Exactly, and once Nexa puts down the smoke, because of the weaponry for Falcons, it's not like they have a million different options. Outside, late outside retake is going to be very dangerous. You only have 1 AK where you can actually chance some of these duels, and that's the reason why they're just pausing the game right now. They understand, just geometrically speaking, B is the best bomb site to fight.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be surprised if in about 10 seconds Nexa gets some help. I'm actually a little bit wondering why he doesn't have help right now already.
He needs to escape into B if he's alone.
That's a bit of a risk that
he's holding for the boost. He's holding for the boost. He was holding for the boost. Great shot. And now this round gets thrown into disarray.
Yeah, this is horrible now for the retake. NiKo's done well to find Magis elsewhere. Cost him some health. The missed AWP shot. Trying vents this late without that control is a ballsy maneuver from Hunter. It's been punished.
Honestly moves in with the AWP, and he's got a molly to clear a position perhaps, but they're very close on the ramp. Ooh. What a clear for HooXi, hitting heads right now, 3-on-3. Molly goes in deep. Snappi's position is very valuable in this post plant, especially with the bomb open for him. No one needs to swing the door, no one needs to jump the gun. It's only G2 on the clock, and they're running out of time.
Ready for NiKo. Snappi goes down. They're not going to be able to defuse. They need to hold it now, though. SunPayus, if he could just deny it. Monacy's there, exposed. That is a lovely clutch from SunPayus.
Let's go!
Snappi's got to be happy with that one. Consider the buy. Consider what they brought into that, and the fact they make it work.
It's that 5-on-4. It's the first domino.
Yeah, I really
this shot
wonder why.
Shot, yeah.
The shot is beautiful, and the trick pays off immediately. But that also puts into light what I was talking about. Nexa is alone, and when he gets found, that's an immediate access to the bomb site. And Falcons had... Oh, yes. Let him know. Let him know. Let him know how you feel.
Yeah, this is a chance for a great T-half now, because they've got G2's money on the rocks, and it's slippery out there.
And that was a hard round to win. That was a very hard round to win.
NiKo's playing the phase smoke. He is just waiting inside his own utility, and they're walking around. They don't even know they've blocked him. NiKo can turn around and shoot them in the back of the head. Taking his time, taking his chances. NiKo fights 2, and they still come swinging. Snappi responds. Somehow we're in a 2-on-2 despite NiKo's heroics.
Yeah, heroics indeed. The fact that it still doesn't translate to a guarantee. I love this. Oh, HooXi, whether he knows it or not, has managed to get himself into a power position.
I think he knows, because he hears Snappi run back through T-Sport, so even though Snappi's cut noise, the call must be that maybe someone's got that upper space.
But they know HooXi loves these moves. He's done that at least 3 times in this game already.
Oh, he saw him.
Now HooXi's right. Snappi alone. He's got time to work this one out. Pressure applied towards the lobby. HooXi repositioning. It's Snappi with very low HP heading down the lower side. Nexa should beat him here.
Yeah. Nexa can't overcook this one now. He can afford to wait for his teammate. He can give the money away. It's not the end of the world. Don't die on your own for nothing. Snappi repause, gets the safe plant. Nexa awaits rotation, and there's the Molotov to force Snappi out, but it's perfect. Find a fight with that one. His teammate was there just in time to trade, and G2 take a round.
That positioning from NiKo was so feast or famine. It was one or the other, and he feasted. He truly feasted. We'll see it again. This was a great shot from Honesty. We didn't get to catch that from his POV, but the fact that NiKo eludes 3, make it 4, walked past him, left and right pathing, like he just chose the perfect spot to not bump into them in the smoke, not have their alerts triggered, and instead it was 6-4. G2. That was a big recovery.
And that would have been, you know, we were looking at 70 rounds for Falcons. That would have been G2 on full eco here at 5-4. The chance, you know, at least 6-4. At least 6-4, and then the chance for even more for Falcons. Oh, sorry, 6-5.
Well, back to the drawing board is our friend Snappi now with limited utility, and he's just going to pick up the pace. Is he going to go straight out? Indeed, but Snappi finds at least HooXi. That's a little bit of a space. Hunter's behind the side. Only 1 kill. The trades have been favorable for the T side. Please keep your gun in hand, because you know the retake is coming. The flashes are flying, and so is nexa now committed onto the side. Lands onto SunPayus. And it's only Madden with the Tech-9 amongst the chaos of this retake. G2 refuse to slow down the pace, and speed is their friend. No.
I love that G2 don't wait for that post plant. They don't let Falcons get comfortable. They go on the second flash, and it's not just nexa, it's NiKo running through the main smoke. Complete pandemonium, and G2 are playing with far less respect now. Falcons,
those are easy rounds to lose. Those are easy rounds to lose.
Yes.
Once the site's gone down like that, this second flash double push, like these frags, that one from Snappi, it makes the round, look very dangerous, but jumping from the heavens.
I know that there's this idea out there that a retake should always be planned and beautifully executed. Sometimes you just have to catch the T's when they are the least comfortable. And that's when the plan is about to go down, when you have a player that cannot really be focused. And that's exactly when G2 strike with the double flashes. Perfect retake.
Timing's also so good because they're on SMGs, so they're upgrading. Maybe they're grabbing guns, maybe they're reloading. They're stuck in loop right there. Monacy missed shot. Nexa on the corner, going to go swinging. Can't pick his target. They're behind the Molotov and below him. Inside, outside, upstairs, downstairs. For Falcons, and HooXi creeps into a crosshair. 5-on-3. Madden, just survival right now.
He hears NiKo as well. Madden's going to book another kill.
This round is just completely disintegrated for G2. Nexa unable to post a single frag on the ramp push. They exploit, they bully, and they close with a 5th round. It doesn't even matter when they don't have the guns. They find a solution. Snappi has called his team into a 5th T round on Nuke.
Boom. Business done for Falcons. It might just be enough to survive elimination here at the last chance saloon. trying to right their wrongs here in the last chance bracket and head through to face the winner of Tyloo M80. That would, of course, qualify them straight to the playoffs here of ESL Pro League, despite a very turbulent time for both these teams, really. Falcons only winners against Tyloo, and they might be going out with a whimper on Nuke.
And I would like to take a second just to praise Falcons for still being in this game.
Yeah.
It feels like G2 on multiple occasions could have just broken their backs. So many frustrating rounds, great retakes, incredible situations happened. The NiKo in the smoke, the clutches, the 2v2s downstairs that went in G2's favor, but Falcons somehow are still in it. 5 rounds on the board, 2 of which came out of very, very light buys.
Little Ven rotation molly cut off by G2 as they storm out ramp. There's only one player here now, and he's getting hounded down. They go hell instead into the stack. Not ready for Dupree, who finds a double. Still a 3-on-2. Snappi comes back up, and they were ready for that. 3-on-1. Options are open. SunPayus. The door may be closed.
You had a 3-man setup on ramp. What more do you want if you're Falcons? You had everybody. You had all your eggs in the right basket. And that didn't pan out. G2 just absolutely bursting the shots.
They can still go. It's 3v1. They know he's here, so just get that trade, boys. Won't even be needed. NiKo nails another, and after an abhorrent vertigo, put on his best rating in CS2 on Anubis, and now storms the board on Nuke.
Yeah, he had a crazy performance map too. ADR's pretty solid here as well. 115 for NiKo into our second half. See if we can maintain that level of form. But yeah, hitting some good shots, looking sharp.
Force buy.
Snappi's caught the force buy. They're very vogue right now. Second round force buys. You have to have a plan with your Deeg and your MP9.
Oh, it's just, yeah, MP9s I like, but Deagle's 5.7s. I think G2 might just avoid it entirely with a wall of smoke.
Exactly. You're just playing outside. You're making sure none of these pesky Deagles can strike. That old smoke is pretty telling.
Like this is, yeah, I feel like this is a save for Falcons. Unless Madden can block and buy time for a drop.
He's got to smoke too. He has to smoke too, so he can play the reactive smoke with the mini angle. And that's exactly what he's doing. That would buy enough time for a secondary rotation to come behind him, so things should go according to set protocol for Madden. Oh, keep your smoke in your hand. We know some things that you don't. Here's the information. He's been caught out.
Oh.
He was a bit late on that, wasn't he?
Drop
really?
It, really, yeah.
Well, that delay is not going to come through, and
They
now
should
it's a
save.
save.
That's
They should
a
save, yeah. Dupree's kill won't change that. It's just an upgrade.
I'm a bit perplexed. If they were
smoke just
possibly
didn't get-
communicating, were they exchanging
looking at the
information at the time?
A glance at the map.
They
He
has to
ran
be-
backwards. He just like didn't. You have to drop that.
Like,
Instantly.
It's not supposed to be a complicated decision. Like it is almost an automatism. You know what you got to do.
Right.
You see someone, you let it go.
But that's
You see
also
them, let
why
it go.
the jiggle is dangerous, because maybe he's incorporating his movement, how that's going to affect the smoke. Am I running forward, back? Like you see a lot of players just stand where they're looking the other way, so their
And they just let go.
head isn't in the angle, and they have a pixel. But I've also seen players pre-fired on that, so that's not an easy play, but the answer is easy.
No, but it's a red card in terms of that's the death that immediately turns into a round.
Yeah, it's like Nexa on B playing, you know, in the double doors.
Yes. If you take that risk, there's no rotation, there's no coming back. It's over. The timing is too quick. G2 space have way too much space, way too much territory.
Precisely, my dear Byron.
Here we go. Game on or off.
What, we decide?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's switch the
We
flick.
have this authority.
Flick the switch.
Falcons, this is going to be one hell of an uphill struggle by virtue of losing the strong start. G2 taking this pistol. Falcons, of course, losing the second round. After winning their own pistol in the first half. Outlook is bleak. Threatening round all the same. But Dupree's Galil, he has got the right position. Only the Molotov's going to force him back.
And no one has a util to save him.
Oh, they're coming for your
Great
top
smoke.
site. Look at this from HooXi. Unfavorable fights for Magis, that's for sure. Dupree. Oh, perfect. They're all ready.
Triple kill. Blink. Bomb's already getting planted on that B site, so
It's the little details, but the fact that G2 have HooXi so close by at the entrance of Mini, making a lot of noise, forces dupreeh to get curious. Because in the heat of the moment, I could hear the communication from here, from the casting desk. They were saying, Mini, 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 come in A, come in A. And that just triggers a little bit, a thought, a wonder. Should I try to do something with this Galil? If anything's going to happen, it's on me. So here I go. Here I take a risk. And that's exactly what G2 was hoping for.
Yeah, you could tell just from where he was aiming, he was looking for a lurker holding him on the railing. He wasn't looking for three players walking down the stairs. G2 pull the strings of Falcons, the puppet masters on this T side. The calls have been solid so far.
Yeah, I was about to say, we've been pretty critical of G2 during their woes here at Pro League, and I think rightfully so, but Map 2 and Map 3 have been extremely clean.
Their T sides are always something to marvel at. Not always.
I recently made a statement that I said they have one of the 3 best T sides in the world.
Yeah.
And I stand by it. Maybe not every game.
No, not every game.
But I stand by my statement.
No, it's definitely the better half.
Does it feel like do or die for Falcons already? Yeah. It has the vibe of it.
This is the tournament on this round. I mean, it never... Yeah. We may have had them making playoffs, but a barely limping over Tyloo, falling to the Mongols, falling to Bet Boom 0-2. They got owned.
Yeah. It's all right. It's not done yet. Look at this. Look at the hole they're about to have. The pump is coming in from G2.
Great molly.
Magisk, great positioning. Spray as well. Hunter trades. And SunPayus strikes with AWP. He's walking on fire. This all fall apart.
Oh, SunPayus empty-handed on that. Sure, you got one. Madden, he's given us something to talk about. That's a big frag. He's taken down NiKo. Doubling up towards Lobby Squeaky's side. Snappi's still coming up ramp. He has no idea as to where the second player is.
Gotta go.
It's too slow. Don't have a smoke either.
Does make G2 paranoid, but they've retaken Lobby. They've got all the info they need. They've got post-plant position for this bomb. Nexa is here to win the round right now. Can m0NESY do anything to supplement it? Swinging out, getting the orb. They're on the defuse. For how long? The spam connects, and G2 send Falcons to their grave. That was the one buy round you're going to get. If Falcons have the mental stability to not force buy here, I'll be impressed.
Good as it could, which is with just finding a kill, even though he's blind, and SunPayus' timing is great. Unfortunately, dupreeh commits to the fight as he walked into a Molotov. He came in from Mini, he wanted to fight, he wanted to find a little bit of a cover behind the vent, and he walks straight into the fire, which obviously means he's completely off kilter, he's not ready to fight at all. Snappi's not letting go of the pressure. If they're going to stay alive, it's going to be through blood, sweat, and tears in this game.
That's one hell of a deep molly. You can see it's forced fights. NiKo is on towards red and spotted. SunPayus is tasked with holding on to that with only a FAMAS to his name. They know they've conceded Lobby, so I assume there's got to be some sort of re-clear. Nade actually reveals the presence is still there.
Are you hearing noise off of nades way more consistently now? I feel like that's a new thing.
Potentially. SunPayus has gone down, so now this advantage they found early. Snappi! Woo! Boom! He gets away with his life! That was such a commitment through the flame.
HooXi's heaven, though. Got to get that bomb from red. Hunter's on the job. Magic's just getting out of the danger zone in time. But 2 upper, 2 lower. This one's still under question.
Yeah, they have to vacate the premises. I think Falcons have to be aware that heaven is at risk. Snappi traded his gun and now going to attempt to grab a bit more information. He hears the utility going towards the A side.
Can't go too soon.
Oh, that's so good from Snappi. The reaggress. Forces Hunter towards heaven. He's got 25 seconds to find HooXi and get into the site. A lot of pressure on dupreeh as well.
This is good, though.
He's going to be safe from the initial heaven excursion, so...
It's a strong position.
Oh, doesn't adjust. An insta headshot from HooXi. They're going to be able to get the bomb down. Is this really Falcons losing this round despite the opening, despite Snappi's reaggressions? It could all come crumbling down. AKs versus SMGs. Magisk exerts some patience here for Hunter on the clear. Can't do anything. Magisk empty-handed. Snappi doesn't have the health. And G2 to have 12. Ladder is held. He tries everything he could, but Snappi just going to have to resign himself to an MP9 into the next, and that's if he's lucky enough to get away with it. HooXi's going to go down. Snappi will get away. HooXi makes some noise as he knows what's up. 12 in the bag, and the G2 survival seems like they've done the majority of the work to get there.
Look at the corpse of Dupree on that bomb site, and you will understand the systematical consequence of Snappi giving up the information outside. We were watching G2 in a 2 versus 3 with 17 seconds on the clock with Dupree in a prime position. But because Snappi pulled back, Dupree, with time passing, had to acknowledge the possibility that they were going back to Mini. Hence, his position doesn't make sense. And I understand what you're going through. Yeah. I understand what you are going through, because he was the victim of a systematical issue in the setup. He changed his position, got caught in the worst of the timings. This is what Murphy's Law can look like sometimes in Counter-Strike, and he paid the full price of it.
And, you know, most interestingly enough, Snappi's been saying, like, my individual performance is the reason that we've been struggling as a team. Well, in this series, in these 2 lost maps, he has been the top performer for his team. And, I mean, that speaks to a problem more deeply rooted than just an individual not being able to find impact. In this round, again, Snappi finds an opening kill.
He's a master around smokes, this Snappi. He just seems to always catch players unawares. It can't be a coincidence at this point. Re-smoke and walk.
Majisk is a name we haven't exactly mentioned too much either. True. And he's going to be tested downstairs. Problem is, he's got no utility, so you either play an off angle and you peace out, but it's just going to be a lurk.
They're testing Snappi. Oh, he's got so much to do. Monacy's going to put him down with the AWP. Ouch. It's a big one. Hunter's found Dupree on rotation.
They heard him run. They know he's backside. Back in the lobby. Nowhere is safe right now. SunPayus falls to Monacy's AWP, and NiKo knows he's got him right where he wants him. Door swing, hello, and goodbye. He's ready for this one. There's a shot, and there's the drop. G2, folks, they will live to fight another BO3. They may get to replay M80, and all we do know is Falcons go home from Malta empty-handed.
They just about beat Tyloo. They fall in 2-0 to BetBoom. And it's G2 to throw the knockout blow. Falcons eliminated from Pro League, and convincing in the maps they convert. A reverse sweep from the Samurai, a 13-3 slice, and then the knockout blow, a 13-5 seconded on Nuke.
Fantastic work from G2. I mean, they stepped up. That first map was ugly, but once NiKo got activated...